on the air. This
Right.
is how arrogant the government is in California. This
Right.
is how bad it is when one party controls any government of either party.
Right.
I was embarrassing them on the air
Right.
for weeks, and still nothing happened
Right.
until the governor himself intervened and said, you know, this is getting embarrassing.
Right.
And of course, it was a bunch of bullshit. None
Right.
of it ever needed to happen.
Right.
It wasn't even the one that bothered me the most. The one that bothered me the most was my garage door. When I moved into this house, it had a 3 garage door. Okay, it doesn't fit 3 cars. I don't know what these cars are.
Right.
It fits 3 motorcycles.
Right.
Okay, like I don't live in a fucking mansion. I don't want to. I live alone, okay? I've got a wonderful house, happy to have it. No one would mistake it for, like, you know, lifestyles of the rich and famous. Okay, so I wanted to change my 3-car garage, wink wink, to what it should be, a 2-car garage. This took 3 inspections. Inspections?
Right.
I'm just changing my garage. Why do you have to be involved in my life when I'm changing my garage?
Because
if it falls down on my head, that's my fault for in doing it with a bad contract.
Right.
Bill Maher and Adam Carolla took direct aim at California's controversial one-party system, and they didn't hold back. The two outlined why they believe the state is in decline, then offered their ideas for repairing what they see as damage caused by Democratic leadership. The conversation is intense from start to finish. So if you enjoy bold political commentary, hit the subscribe button and let's jump right into it. Don't miss a moment.
Land check and all of the above. I had to deal with all of it. And I would always say, look, if you're living in Santa Monica and you have rent control apartment, good, vote the way you vote, I get it. But buy a piece of land, get a home, go to the city, try to pull a permit, and then tell me how you feel about this government. Because I think it's too fucking big. And you go, what? We get rent control. Yeah, you get rent control. Go buy a piece of property, try to do a remod, go talk to the city, and then tell me how you feel.
Because you're doing this to your home.
Right, and I've done
You were wiped out.
I wasn't wiped out. My home is intact in Malibu. Everything around it is burnt.
It started with Bill Maher, then Mel Gibson, and now Adam Carolla, all criticizing the same issue: the overwhelming bureaucracy tied to building a home in California. Carolla says whenever he or others point out how unreasonable the permitting process has become, the automatic reply is predictable. California has rent control, as if that fixes everything. Carolla argues that completely sidesteps the issue. Not everyone wants to rent, and for many, renting isn't a practical long-term solution. Rent control doesn't increase housing supply. It doesn't speed up development, and it doesn't help families who want to build, own property, and establish roots. Instead, constant regulations, approvals, and delays limit supply and drive up costs. Critics like Carolla believe California doesn't lack good intentions. It's buried under excessive red tape. Until that changes, the housing crisis will continue to worsen.
My business was doing it to other
Why did your
people's
home
homes.
survive?
God loves me. You should know that.
No, really. Everything around you burned?
I would say 80% of what was around me burned. And
Did you take precautions that others didn't? Did you like
wear a condom?
Wetting the roof?
No, I didn't. I
changed my roof since last year. I have a whole different roof.
I noticed
and I have
it
a
when I
thing
was
that goes in the pool where
to
you
pump it.
You shoot the pool up on the roof.
No, I did nothing in just complete luck of the draw. Like the hood, the SS Hood, which was a British ship, sunk. Blown up by the Bismarck in World War II, and 1,800 sailors went to the ground and 6 popped up. Went to the drink and 6 sort of.
Maher's question is an honest one. He asks whether all the bureaucracy and endless red tape in California has actually reduced or prevented wildfires statewide. After years of regulations, permits, and multiple layers of oversight, you would expect measurable progress. Yet the answer remains unchanged. No, wildfires still tear through communities, homes are destroyed, and residents are repeatedly forced to relocate. That's where Maher's frustration comes from. If a system is designed to solve a specific problem but repeatedly fails to produce results, what is it accomplishing? Instead of protecting people, the bureaucracy appears to delay rebuilding, increase expenses, and trap homeowners in endless paperwork. Maher isn't opposing safety or thoughtful regulation. He's questioning inefficiency. His point is clear. When rules expand but outcomes don't improve, it's reasonable to ask whether the system itself has become the obstacle rather than the solution.
Like, are you fucking nuts? And I realized she didn't know what was going on. Then you talked about your garage door. But the point is you got turned a little bit with your solar shack. And I said it a million times. Live in rent control, fine. Go get your own home and try to pull a permit. You'll start thinking more like me. And you try to get your solar shack permit, and that took 2 years.
2 years.
A brief mention of Jane Fonda and her appearance on Club Random. Moments like that highlight how many celebrities operate within a bubble, largely shielded from the everyday burdens of bureaucracy. They're rarely the ones waiting months or years for permits, approvals, and inspections. Their status alone can often remove obstacles that ordinary Americans must endure. And when it comes to permit fees and compliance costs, those barriers barely make an impact. For someone earning millions, paying higher fees or hiring experts to handle red tape is simply another expense. That gap matters. It shapes how celebrities discuss policy and regulation, sometimes without fully understanding how harsh those systems can be for everyday people trying to build, rebuild, or simply move forward. The frustration lies in how disconnected those perspectives can be from the reality most Americans experience.
On the air. This is how arrogant the government is in California. This is how bad it is when one party controls any government of either party.
Right.
I was embarrassing them on the air for weeks, and still nothing happened.
Right.
Until the governor himself intervened and said, you know, this is getting embarrassing.
Right.
And of course it was a bunch of bullshit. None of it ever needed to happen.
Right.
It wasn't even the one that bothered me the most. The one that bothered me the most was my garage door. When I moved into this house, it had a...
Here's the detail that really stands out. Bill Maher said it took him 2 full years just to secure a permit for his roof. 2 years for a roof. Think about that. If Maher, a nationally recognized figure with influence, resources, and even connections to Governor Gavin Newsom, still faced that delay, even after Newsom reportedly intervened, what chance does the average Californian have? The typical homeowner doesn't have direct access to the governor, a team of attorneys, or the ability to withstand prolonged delays without financial strain. For them, every lost month brings higher expenses, insurance complications, and ongoing uncertainty. Maher's story unintentionally highlights the deeper issue. The system isn't merely